Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to you, Akim, out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. This is your brother Chaim Napash coming at you with another lesson. And this lesson is going to be entitled, Free Speech Will Soon Be Over. Okay, free speech will soon be over. And this is what Esau is targeting. Okay, he's targeting free speech. He's getting ready to come after people that have a particular talking point of view against, his agenda, and this is what this is all about. It's all about being able to blame people based upon things that they say, being able to make them into criminals based upon words that they say. And Trump, in his speech that he did about this incident with Charlie Kirk, I pointed out what he was saying was really double speak, and he was actually going into the fact that they're getting ready to do away with free speech. Okay, and I want to play a couple videos, but before I play these videos, I want to read this. This is Isaiah 29. In verse 20, it says, "For the terrible one is brought to naught." That is Esau Edom. He's about to be brought to naught through Yahweh Shai. "And the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off." And they're going to be watching everything you say. And this is why we have to be careful and dress our words with salt. As the scriptures say, let your words be seasoned with salt. It says that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate. Right? So they're going to make a man an offender or a criminal based upon the things that he says. Okay? And turn aside the just for a thing of naught. So this is what's getting ready to happen. Esau's getting ready to go full throttle with this attack on free speech and coming after those that speak in a particular way, starting with the prophets of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, so I'm going to play this video real quick.
We're going to avenge Charlie's death in the way Charlie would want it to be avenged. They are at war with us. Whether we want to accept it or not, they are at war with us. What are we going to do about it? How much political violence are we going to tolerate? And that's the question we're just going to have to ask ourselves. Now, Charlie would want us to put as much pressure on these people as possible. Dana nailed it. This is unacceptable and has to stop. And it has to stop now. And everybody's accountable. And we're watching what they're saying on television and who's saying what. The politicians, the media, and all these rats out there. This can never happen again. It ends now. Greg's right again. This is a turning point, and we know which direction we're going. You motherfuckers want.
So you see, they're also playing on this left-right paradigm. That's the main thing they're pushing. And you Jakes are automatically tied to the left, if you didn't know. I don't care if you're Republican. Esau, the way he sees you as tied to the left. When they speak against the left, they're also speaking against black people. And when they speak against black people, they're also speaking against the left. This is how Esau's witchcraft, made it. He made it where this is your reality, that you're tied to the left. Even though we don't believe in none of this crap. Right? We don't deal with the left or the right, but Esau has Jake tied to a particular party, and he lumped you in with a bunch of freaks and weirdos. This is what it is. This is what it is. That's why going into what the accuser of the brethren. Right? As you listen to these lessons, everything should be being made more and more clear. It says, no. Oh, that's 12 and 2. Oh, no, it's 12 and 10. Right. Let me read this. It says, "And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his Hamashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night." So Esau Edom, which is the accuser, okay, he's about to be cast down, and he's accusing Jake, the Israelites, starting with Judah, okay, all the way down to the rest of the tribes, okay, for accused this categoros, accuser, should be categoreo, okay, for accuser, okay. So that sounds like what? Category. Okay, category. He's categorizing you. And how does he categorize you? He categorizes you as automatically of the left. Okay, he categorizes you with the freaks. He categorizes you as a criminal. Okay, this is what Esau does. This is what he's doing. Okay, an accused. This is the word for categoreo, or categoros, excuse me. It says an accuser, a name given to the devil by the rabbis against one in the assembly, i.e. a complainant at law, especially Satan, accuser. Well, you go on X and Esau's constantly complaining about you, Jakes, 24/7. All right, this is why Jake is rubbing this whole incident in his face now, saying, wait a minute, this was one of your own that did this, you know, to show you the hypocrisy of these devils. But it doesn't matter because they're trying to push him to the left, because if they push him to the left, they can still tie him in with you Jakes. You Jakes are still tied in with him. You know, he's just someone that follows you. He's an end lover. That's why he did what he did. This is how they operate. This is how their brain operates, man. Hey, man. Okay. So they're going hard with that. And you notice he said that they're watching everything that everyone is saying, right? Let me play it again. He says he's watching everything that all these different news outlets and media outlets are saying.
Unacceptable and has to stop. And it has to stop now. And everybody's accountable. And we're watching what they're saying on television and who's saying what. The politicians, the media, and all these rats out there.
Right. And these guys are all paid actors. These are all actors and witches. Same thing with the politicians that are saying whatever. And there's even one character that said black people, because of racism, have a right to commit violence. Or some madness, some crazy, that's clearly an agent. Whoever said that is clearly an agent. I don't know if it was Amanda Seal, but she's a damn agent. Okay? All of these people, they cannot be trusted. They're control opposition of Esau Edom. Okay, he's allowing them to paint a story. He's setting them up to paint a story. CNN is set up to paint a story. Fox is set up to paint a story, to deal with this left-right paradigm. Okay?
Can never happen again. It ends now. Greg's right again. This is a turning point, and we know which direction we're going.
You motherfuckers want a war? You fucking got it now, motherfuckers.
He's a buddy of mine, just called me, talking to me. He had 2 words for me. Say when. We're ready.
You people think this was a joke, huh? I can't say exactly what's about to happen, or the groups that are assembling. But this was the worst, or this is going to be exactly what you've been asking for. You done woke up the wrong crowd. And all I can say is you did it to yourself. That's all we can say.
Yeah, man. He's ready. Esau's ready to pull out his blessing, man. He's ready to pull out his blessing. You know what that's all about? The sword. Okay? And I wanna play what Trump said again. Okay? Because this is all, all being, all the groundwork for what's coming, which is, draconian measures. That what's that movie? What's that? 1948? Not 1948. What's that movie, man? Is that 1982? I think so. Yeah, it's something like that. That dystopian movie, right? Hey, man, that free speech. You're gonna have the speech, people policing everything that you say, watching, listening to everything that you say, and easily being able to tie you to terrorists. Okay. It says, this is Revelations 12:12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And that's not dealing with like low-level Edomites like the one you've seen on the screen. That's dealing with the elites. Okay, they're gonna use guys like this, these different presidents and prime ministers around the world to come down hard, especially in Babylon. And there's gonna be no mercy shown. Okay, there's gonna be no mercy shown, and the target is gonna be you Israelites, starting with the elect. Like we always say, this is Revelations 12:17. It says, and the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of the Most High, and have the testimony of Yahushua Hamashiach. And we know the spirit, the testimony of Yahushua is what? The spirit of prophecy, man. Okay. So since we're prophesying, right, we're a target. Point blank period. This is 2nd Ezra 16 and verse 68. It says, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. They're going to come in and look. They'll be looking for certain people. Okay. Kicking in doors and knocking on doors, whatever, guns out. You understand what I'm saying? They get ready to come down. All right. And the Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to have to lift up a standard for the elect. But some brothers are going to have to go through that walk, as the scriptures say, the devil shall cast you into prison for 10 days, but be faithful unto death, and I shall give you what? A crown of life. Okay, so we just got to hold fast and trust in Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. It says, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. This is just a buildup, man. There's more things to come. This is not the only thing that Esau got in his mindset. All right. He got other things, okay, to pull out. That's going to cause it. That's going to justify him locking things down for real. This is just, it's a buildup. That's what it is. It says, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Okay, because trust me, the events that's getting ready to pop off is gonna look like make 911 look like a regular, Sunday morning, man. Okay, that's what's gonna make it look like. Yeah, let's play this.
His ideas with courage, logic, humor, and grace. It's a long past time for all Americans and the media to confront the fact that violence and murder are the tragic consequence of demonizing those with whom you disagree day after day, year after year, in the most hateful and despicable way possible.
So let's break that down. It's a result of demonizing people that you disagree with day after day, right? So he's saying that the words that you're saying by demonizing him and people that believe in the right wing or whatever the case may be, you're able to be incite violence by that. This is what he's saying. Okay, by demonizing people, you're able to incite violence against them. Okay. And they're going to use that also for the small hats, that whole mindset. You You can't speak against the smart hats, because guess what? You're responsible for what? In their eyes, you're responsible for any violence that would happen to them. You know?
For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now. My administration will find each and every one of those who contributed to this atrocity and to other political violence, including the organizations that fund it and support it, as well as those who go after our judges, law enforcement officials, and everyone else who brings order to our country. From the attack on my life in Butler, Pennsylvania last year, which killed a husband and father, to the attacks on ICE agents, to the vicious murder of a healthcare executive in the streets of New York, to the shooting of House Majority Leader Steve Scalise and 3 others, radical left political violence has hurt too many innocent people and taken too many lives. Tonight, I ask all Americans to commit
So he's blaming the left for this. He ain't blaming one deranged individual for this. He's blaming the left. Anyone that believes anyone who's a Democrat, it's the left who did this. Okay, so what is this inciting? This is inciting a civil war. Okay, if you were to think about it from the standpoint of peace, you know, this is a irresponsible thing to say, because that incites a civil war. He's not saying it's one deranged person. He's saying this is the left. This is how the left is. The left is violent. The left is trying to take us out. This is what he's saying. Okay, and that's what the other guy in Fox was saying. So understand, Esau is playing on this left-right paradigm, right, and inciting civil war. Okay? So there's multiple moving parts to this thing that Esau is doing, man.
Themselves to the American values for which Charlie Kirk lived and died, the values of free speech, citizenship, the rule of law, and the patriotic devotion and love of God. Charlie was the best of America, and the monster who attacked him was attacking our whole country.
Yeah, by the way, that was an Edomite. I wonder if you Edomites on X got anything to say about that, you know, showing you that these devils are a bunch of goddamn hypocrites. Okay? Talking about Jake. They need to watch out for Jake. They're under attack from Jake. Well, you're under attack from yourself. You're under attack from yourself, man. Okay? So, yeah, so the next, they're getting ready to come after free speech, man. That's what's getting ready to come, man. And certain things you say, that's going to be used to criminalize you. All right? Yeah, they're coming over after Jake and the elect, but you Edomites and everyone is going to be affected by that. Okay? So, Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect, and I'll say shalom.